the one they can't stop talking about. There's a particular kind of joy that's almost impossible to contain. It's not the loud kind. It's not the kind that announces itself with noise and celebration. It's quieter than that, more private, more trembling. It lives in the chest, in the space, just beneath words, in the way someone's face changes when they're trying to talk about something they feel too deeply to fully explain. It's the joy of having found someone who makes the ordinary world feel suddenly inexplicably brighter. And that's exactly what this person is carrying around right now because of you. The conversation they keep. Picture this. A casual setting. Friends gathered. Conversations flowing. The kind of easy back and forth that fills an afternoon or a late evening. And somewhere in the middle of it all, unprompted, your name comes up. Or maybe not your name, maybe just a description. A story. A moment they can't stop retelling because it meant something to them, even if they haven't fully admitted how much yet. They talk about you the way people talk about things that genuinely move them. Not with performance, not with exaggeration designed to impress. With that specific, slightly breathless quality that comes out when you're describing something real. Something that got under your skin in the best possible way and refused to leave. Their friends have noticed. Of course they have. There's a glow that appears on someone's phone's face when they talk about a person they're truly taken with, and it's not something you can fake or manufacture. It just shows up. Unannounced, honest, alive. And every time your name enters the conversation, or the story that is clearly about you, that glow appears on their face without permission. They probably don't even realize how obvious it is. What they're actually saying, here's what they tell people about you, though rarely in one sitting, and rarely all at once. It comes out in pieces. A comment here, a confession there, a laugh that carries more feeling than they intended. They say you're beautiful, but not in the way people toss that word around carelessly. They say it with specificity, with detail. They tell their friends about the way you look like you belong on a magazine cover without trying, about the way your appearance has this effortless, unmanufactured quality that most people spend years chasing and never quite reach. They talk about your natural beauty like it's something rare, because to them, it genuinely is. They talk about your eyes. This, more than anything, seems to undo them. Your eyes, they say, are different. Not just aesthetically, though they are quick to mention that too, but in what they communicate. There's a depth behind them that stops this person mid-thought, mid-sentence, mid-breath. They've told their friends that sometimes they have to look away, not because they want to, but because holding your gaze feels like standing too close to something overwhelmingly beautiful, like looking directly at the sun. Possible technically, but not without consequence. They talk about your confidence, about the way you move through the world like someone who knows exactly who they are. Not arrogantly, not loudly, but with a quiet, grounded certainty that makes everyone in your orbit instinctively take notice. They watch you when you walk into a room, and instead of feeling threatened, they feel proud, like they've been let in on a secret the rest of the world is still trying to figure out. The obsession, they're barely keeping together. And then there are the things they say when they're being really honest. When the setting is a little more private, when the conversation has gone somewhere more vulnerable, when someone who cares about them asks how they're actually doing, that's when the truth starts to surface. That's when they admit, sometimes laughing at themselves, sometimes with a kind of bewildered shake of the head, that they might have a problem because they think about you constantly, not occasionally, not when something reminds them of you. Constantly. At night, especially, when the distractions of the day have quieted and there's nothing left to occupy the mind is what it actually wants to think about. And what it wants to think about is you. They didn't plan for this. Nobody ever plans for this. They tell their friends that you've done something to them they can't quite explain. That you've gotten into their system in a way that doesn't respond to logic or reason. They've tried to talk themselves down, tried to reframe it, minimize it, put it in a box labeled just attraction or just infatuation. And every single time, the feeling refuses to cooperate. It just sits there, warm and persistent, and entirely unimpressed by their attempts to manage it. They use words like obsessed, addicted, fixated, and they say these words not with distress, but with a kind of helpless, half-smiling resignation, the tone of someone who has accepted that they are very thoroughly caught, and has quietly decided they don't really want to get free. More than a pretty face, but here's what makes this deeper than surface level admiration. And here's what they make sure their friends understand. You are not just attractive. You are not just someone they want to be seen with, though they would absolutely and proudly be seen with you anywhere. You are genuinely, impressively, beautifully layered, and they feel that every time you open your mouth, they brag about your mind the way some people brag about trophies. They tell people that you communicate with a clarity and authenticity that is almost startling, that you say what you mean, that you don't perform or posture, that there's no gap between who you are and how you present yourself. In a world where that kind of realness is increasingly rare, you are a revelation to them. They talk about the way you think, the unique angle you bring to conversations, the way your perspective on things makes them see the world slightly differently. Like someone adjusted the lens on a camera they didn't know was slightly out of focus. You stimulate something in them, not just physically, not just emotionally, but intellectually. And they find that combination almost impossibly compelling. You are in their eyes and in the words they use to describe you to others, the total package. And they say that not as a casual compliment, but as a genuine, slightly overwhelmed assessment of someone who has exceeded every expectation they didn't even know they had set. The deeper truth underneath all of it, here's the realization worth sitting with, the one that lives beneath all the bragging and the attraction and the late night thoughts. When someone talks about another person the way this person talks about you, it's never really just about the other person. It's also about what that person makes them feel about themselves. The hope they reawaken, the version of life they suddenly make possible just by existing in it. This person doesn't just find you beautiful, they find themselves more alive in your presence, more hopeful, more willing to believe that the kind of connection they've always quietly wanted might actually be available to them. You make the future feel not just possible, but worth looking forward to. And that is not something people find easily. That is not something people stumble into twice. That is the specific, irreplaceable kind of encounter that changes the trajectory of a life. Quietly, without announcement, but permanently. They know this. Even if they haven't said it out loud, they know it. What they want, said without saying it. They tell their friends they want to commit to you. They say it sometimes as a joke. I'm going to marry this person, I swear, and laugh it off before anyone can respond. But the laugh doesn't quite reach their eyes when they say it, because they're not entirely joking, and somewhere beneath the humor, they're aware of that. They talk about wanting to pin you down, not in a possessive way, but in the way of someone who has found something genuinely precious and is terrified of losing it before they've had the chance to hold on to it properly. They want to make it real. They want to move from the space of hoping and wanting into the space of having and building and staying. They are not interested in something temporary with you. They have said this clearly to their friends, to themselves. One encounter would never be enough. One chapter would never satisfy what they feel. They want the whole story, the long, complicated, beautiful, ordinary, extraordinary story that unfolds over time with someone you've chosen completely. You seen clearly for the first time, and here is where everything arrives at something that matters. You are being seen right now, truly, fully, without filters or conditions. And what this person sees when they look at you is someone worth everything they're feeling. Not a projection. Not an idealized version. You specifically. The confidence and the depth and the realness and the warmth and the fire and the softness and the intelligence and the beauty. All of it together, exactly as it is. They are not falling for who they hope you might be. They are falling for who you already are. That's the part that should settle something in you if you let it. Because so often we move through the world half wondering if anyone is really paying attention. Half suspecting that the parts of us we value most, the depth, the authenticity, the effort we put into being someone worth knowing, go unnoticed. We perform for audiences that barely look up. We offer our best and wonder if it lands anywhere. It lands here, with this person, completely. They are not just noticing you, they are memorizing you. They are telling the people they trust about you. They are lying awake thinking about you. They are rearranging their understanding of what they want from life because you entered it and quietly, irrevocably expanded it. The ending that stays with you, there's something sacred about being the person someone can't stop talking about. Not because of ego or a vanity, but because it means you've reached someone. You've gotten past the surface and into the real place, the place where people keep the things that actually matter to them. You are in that place for this person. You are the story they keep telling, the thought they return to, the face that appears without invitation. The feeling they've stopped trying to explain away because it's simply too present, too real, too undeniable to dismiss. And maybe, just maybe, the most beautiful part of all of this isn't what they feel for you. It's what you now know about yourself, that you are the kind of person who inspires this. That your presence leaves marks, that your realness, your warmth, your particular and unrepeatable way of being in the world reaches people in places they didn't know were reachable. You don't have to do anything with that information right now. You don't have to act on it or chase it or curate yourself for it. Just let it be true for a moment. Because it is. If this message has reached your heart, don't scroll away the same person you were a few moments ago. This may be the very reminder your soul has been crying out for. Right now, place your hand over your heart and speak these words with faith. I am chosen. I am deeply loved. I am not forgotten. God is working behind the scenes for me. My love is protected, my future is secure, and my story is still being written by His hands. Say it again. And this time, don't just speak the words, believe them. Let every sentence wash away the fear you've been carrying. Let every declaration silence the lies that told you you were too late, too broken, or too forgotten. Heaven has not overlooked you. God has not abandoned you. Your miracle is still alive, even if you cannot see it yet. Carry this truth with you today and every day that follows. When doubt whispers, let faith answer. When loneliness speaks, remember that God is closer than your next breath. And when waiting becomes difficult, remind yourself that God's timing has never failed. If this message blessed your heart, please share it with someone else. Somewhere, someone is silently battling hopelessness. Someone is questioning whether anyone sees their pain. Your share could be the very answer to the prayer they've been whispering through tears. You may never know whose life is changed because you chose to spread hope. And if you feel God leading you to support this mission, you can do so through a super thanks. Whether your gift is $5, $10, $20, or any amount placed on your heart, every offering allows these faith-filled messages to continue reaching people who desperately need hope, comfort, and God's love. May the Lord bless you beyond what you can imagine. May He restore everything you've lost, open doors no one can shut, heal every hidden wound, and pour out blessings that overflow into every area of your life. Thank you for standing with us. Together, we are creating a family of believers who lift one another up, strengthen each other's faith, and remind the world that God's love never fails. Okay, someone did not plan to feel the way that they feel when things ended between the two of you, but it's almost as if this person is questioning everything now, and they're seeing you in a new light, is what I'm being told. So maybe you've either recently changed something about yourself, or the way that you are with your friends specifically is what this person is noticing about you. And it's almost as if like they were very determined about a choice that they were making, or like whatever happened between the two of you felt very definitive at the time. But for some reason, it just feels like this person wants to come back in a new way, in a new energy, and even approach the relationship or the situation a little bit differently than they did before. So we're going to pull some tarot and dive into this. Divine Spirit, what do we need to know about what this person is currently feeling and why they're suddenly having second thoughts? Can we please get some clarity? Thank you. Four of Cups. Interesting. Okay, this person was very much in their ego when things ended, is what I'm being told. This person was very much in their ego. It's like they were trying to hold on to control of something, and that just didn't support. It's like, I don't know, I feel like you were trying to tell this person something and they just couldn't hear you, or something wasn't getting through to them. Clarify this Four of Cups, Spirit. Thank you. Yeah, they weren't, it's almost as if like they were reverting back to old ways. So maybe when you met this person, you had like high hopes for, you know, where your future could go together, like what you two could do together. But somewhere along the lines, like this person, it feels like they either got tied up in something or someone. It's like their attention was just pulled from your connection, and it's like nothing was really working from that point. And it's almost as if like you had to make this decision. Yeah, with the Five of Cups, you had to make the you had to make the decision to let go of this connection or leave this connection like as it was, because it was just not like, it was hurting you. It wasn't doing any good for you. And it just felt like the same repeating pattern was happening over and over again confirmed with the Nine of Wands. And it was like, it wasn't even like one big blow at the end is what I'm being told. It was like so many little things leading up to that final decision is what I'm being told. So Spirit, clarify please, why is it that this person's mind is changing? Why is it that they're changing directions? Something keeps wanting to falling into something maybe significant here. Two of Pentacles. Okay. You might have actually brought balance into this connection by pulling back your energy. It's like, instead of, the Nine of Wands where you're like fighting to be heard and fighting for what you want from this person, I feel like leaving the situation, allowing things to unfold, actually put you in a position where you were like, you welcomed in balance to this connection. So it did kind of change the outcome. However, with the Two of Swords, it still feels like there's like a closed off energy. Either you or this person is still closed off in some way. King of Wands. I feel like you're not being allowed for some reason to really come into connection with this person. Or this could even be something where it's like you're not falling for the same old tricks is what's coming through. Like you're not falling for this person's words and no action. Like you're waiting for the action with the King of Wands. Like you're not leaving your seat. You're waiting for the action. Spirit, give us some action. What is coming in here? Five of Wands, Page of Swords, Death, and the Fool. Yeah. Okay. So what's coming through is that if this person were to come in now, it would just be a same repeating cycle. It's like something has to happen for this person, or two, like something needs to, it's like a breakthrough moment is coming for this person. With the Fool card, you're just meant to kind of watch it all happen. You're trusting the process. Honestly, you're out of this energy, like for good reasons. Spirit, thank you. Is there anything else we need to know about this connection? You've left the chat and entered a new one is what I'm being told with the Nine of Swords. Yeah, it's your person's time. It's your person's turn to, it's kind of like, go through what you've already gone through, the grief, the fear, the dark, the dark night of the soul, the acceptance, and all of that. What you've already gone through, or what you're coming out on the other side of, I feel like it's time for this person to go through. Thank you, Divine Spirit. Any last messages? Wheel of Fortune. Don't get involved. Don't get involved in what's going on. It's okay. Like, there are specific things that you are allowed to do, and you'll know it, you'll feel it, and specific things that you're being asked not to do. It's like you're being asked to be hands off with the situation, hands off with this person, and just let time reveal the truth in this connection. If you do feel called to dive in further to your love connection, I offer readings through my website. If you feel you need extra support and spiritual guidance at this time, I also have my Garden of Eden. I'm so excited. I get to connect with you all daily and really dive into, what makes life so magical and how to step into that divine goddess energy so that you can truly live in your highest timeline. So all of that you can find on my website if you click the link in my bio. I'm hearing don't go anywhere. The best is yet to come. Everything that you've been waiting for, the best is yet to come. What is coming in right now? The angels are like freaking out. Like there's something that you're not being shown or told. Like something is already yours. Like something that you're kind of like hoping to have happen. Oh my God, I just got a confirmation of that. A confirmation message. Something that you're hoping to have happen it's like it's already yours. Like the position is already filled. Like it's just waiting for you. So what do you have to do up until this point? Prepare yourself for this position that you know is yours. Release all worries, fears, and doubts. Yeah, you are so supported right now. Like, the universe is supporting you. The universe is I'm also seeing like the universe taking someone out of this position to put you in it. Like, like there's no way that this isn't for you. Wow, this is really exciting. Like, my heart chakra, I can feel it. Like, this is something very exciting, something that it's like something you've been dreaming of since you were little is what's coming through. Like, something you've been waiting of since you were little. Angels, can I pull a card for clarification and confirmation? They're like, go ahead. Okay, let's see. Independence, 9 of Gems. This is your success story. I feel this intense pressure building up in my body right now. Like, this is everything that you've been through is leading up to this moment. Everything that you've been through is leading up to this moment. And then this moment is like setting the course for the rest of your life, like the rest of your family's life, the rest of like your world will not be the same. Like, life as you know it will not be the same. Yeah, 4 of Roses. You're about to be very respected in a specific industry or in a specific environment, like a workplace or like friend environment, some type of environment. You're about to receive the respect you deserve. Like you showing up as your true self, as just who you are. People are going to be like, wow, like, I didn't realize people like you still existed in this world. Like, how did you make it through what you've been through? Like, how did you get here? Like, where did you come from? Like, who are you? Like, this makes no sense. Like, you're gonna make no sense to a lot of people right now. With the Magician and the Hierophant here, yeah, there's so much magic happening for you. Like, there's so much magic unfolding right now. Keep moving forward at a slow and steady pace is what I'm hearing. And just move forward as if this position is already yours. Like, just knowing that it's already yours, because it's quite literally you. Like, you know that you are meant for this. And so does God and the angels.